In the southern Philippines, a fisherman named Luis lived in the small coastal village of Tabang. One evening, after an unusually poor catch, Luis decided to venture farther out to sea than usual. The villagers had always warned him about the isolated island of Isla Kulimlim, a place said to be cursed, but desperation often silenced reason. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky blood red, Luis's small banca boat reached the shores of the island. The air was thick with a strange metallic scent, and the dense foliage seemed to shift as though it were alive. A faint sound of chanting drifted through the humid air. Though no one was in sight, Luis ventured into the jungle, driven by curiosity and an unshakable pull he couldn't explain. He stumbled upon a clearing where an ancient stone altar stood. Around it were carved symbols Luis didn't recognize, but they seemed to writhe in the dim moonlight. In the center of the altar lay a pearl, massive, iridescent, and pulsating faintly like a heartbeat. Perhaps in an overwhelming sense of dread, Luis reached for the pearl. The moment his fingers touched it, the jungle erupted in sound. Whispers, screams, and laughter all at once. The ground beneath him trembled, and a shadowy figure emerged from the trees. It had no discernible face, only a mass of writhing darkness, but its presence was suffocating. "Why have you come here?" it hissed, its voice like rustling leaves and cracking wood. Luis tried to speak, but found his voice gone. Instead, he dropped the pearl and fled back to his boat. As he pushed off the shore, he dared to glance back. The shadowy figure stood at the water's edge, its form shifting and expanding, as if tethered to the island. Luis rowed furiously, but the ocean seemed to stretch endlessly. When he finally reached the village hours later, the dawn was breaking. Exhausted, he stumbled onto the shore, only to find the village eerily silent. The houses were intact, but there was no sign of life, no people, no animals, not even the sound of waves. And then he saw it. On the sand, half buried, was the same pulsating pearl. From the jungle behind the village came a familiar whisper. "You cannot leave."